Okay guys, get your phone ready to make those dinner reservations after you see this creation.
If you have not been to Casino del Sol for their restaurants, you will now. Executive Chef of PY Steakhouse is joining us this morning to show off one of their best dishes. So great to have you here, Chef.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So what are we cooking up, Chef Clark?
Well, this is actually featured on some of our Dinner with Chefs series dinners that are at PY Steakhouse. So I'm going to prepare a duck breast dish.
Okay.
Duck's one of my favorite things. And we're talking about the sous vide, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite things in the world, apparently. So I've been wanting to get one of these.
Alex and I met, and I think within like 24 hours,
I'm like sous vide cooker.
This.
Yeah. This is a great thing. You can cook food deliciously. Describe it a little. What makes the food taste different?
Basically, this keeps the temperature of the water consistent throughout the cooking process. I have some duck breast here. Has herbs and garlic, a little bit of duck fat in there, and we just place it into the sous vide cooker, and that's it. And it takes about 30 to 40 minutes. It depends on what you're cooking, but it'll cook it nice, kind of medium, mid-rare, depending on how you set the temperature.
And evenly.
Wow.
And then I finish it on the stove here, so I'm going to kind of sear it up and get the skin nice and crispy, because the sous vide doesn't get the crispiness.
That's right, you have to add a little bit extra. So how does this speak to your philosophy there at the PY Steakhouse?
Well, we love using local foods. We like to use the best quality ingredients, and we like to cook it the best that we can, you know, as proper as we can. And the sous vide helps us do that. We do a lot of steaks at the restaurant that way. We even cook vegetables or purees that we can do in there, and it keeps all the nutrients and flavor inside the bag as it cooks. So kind of a neat, modern technique. A lot of restaurants are using it these days, but we're happy to have, you know, an arsenal of these at the casino.
Well, it seems like it would speed up the process a little bit, because I know that you guys get there really early to make some of these sauces from scratch. It's just incredible. And we've tasted some of it earlier this morning, and I can
really
honestly say that it is fantastic.
It does make a difference, and you don't. I've never seen another restaurant in Tucson do this. So for all we know, you're the only restaurant in Tucson using this method, and that's what really makes your food delicious, along with the fresh ingredients too.
Yeah, so we got some good stuff. So you can see here, there's still some rendered fat from when I crisped up the duck skin here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cook in that fat, because duck fat is delicious, right?
Okay.
So I've got some fingerling potatoes that we pre-roasted. This is Romanesco, which is kind of like a cauliflower.
Yeah,
okay.
Beautiful. Some asparagus tips, just the best part. A little bit of broccoli rabe there, some baby beets that have been roasted in salt, and some greenhouse tomatoes that are local to Tucson as well.
You use some of the local farmers.
Oh yeah, for sure. We've got a great relationship with Pivot Produce, who helps tie the connections together for us in the area, and then we have relationships with farmers that I've been working with for 10 years now in Tucson that have we've watched them grow and watched their processes grow. It's pretty amazing.
Well, and talk about fresh.
Talk
Can't get
about
any more fresh than that, being in your own backyard.
That's right. It's those relationships that you've formed over the years that really set your food apart, and also the great events that you guys do at Casino del Sol, and a lot of them centered around food, like Dinner with Chefs. This is sort of your brainchild.
Yeah, it is. We've been doing it for years now. This year's series that we're calling Dinner with Chefs and Libationists. I'm pretty sure it's a word I made up, but it kind of involves anything libation, right? So we're talking
I'm good with that.
Brewers, winemakers, bartenders, distillers, sommeliers, and we're inviting all these different people. We have 12 to 13 dinners already lined up for the year, but we're going to expand that even further.
Awesome.
Incredible. So if someone's never been to one of these, I know I haven't, what can we expect when we show up?
Well, it's a lot of fun. We've got usually like a 2 to 3 course meal, and then we pair about 4 or 5 different drinks with it.
Okay.
And then there's always dessert as well. So
4 or 5. That's generous. I'd hit the floor after 3.
They're tastings, right? So we have wine tastings, things
so
like that.
They're not like the drinks I would make.
I love that your artistry here. Hopefully we can get an overhead shot of that.
We're starting to put the plate together, so it's a pretty simple setup. We've got beet puree and then a little bit of sunchoke puree. You can see we can take the duck off. We've let it rest a little bit here. I'll flip it over. We'll just slice right through that.
It's like watching an artist at work.
I know. Well, the presentation, like you said, is so much a part of this, right? You eat with your eyes first. What did you say earlier? It was so perfect.
You have to eat with your eyes first, and then you have the smells, and then you get right into the food.
You eat with your mouth.
Right.
And then
you eat with your mouth.
It's really good. So you're going to plate up the vegetables. How do your menus change as the year goes on?
Well, they're seasonal, obviously. So we're working with all the different farmers, and it takes time to figure out exactly what is going to work in that season. You know, we have to call the farmers ahead of time, see what they're growing. So our menus come together months out. You know, we're always working to make sure that that we're going to have the best ingredients available on the menus, and we work with not only the farmers but ranchers as well. You know, getting local proteins, which is super important to us.
Right.
I'm sure you can taste the difference. And you brainstorm with some of the other chefs, right? You all get together?
Yeah, we brainstorm, all the chefs come together, and we make sure that the menus are fun and exciting, a little bit different for everybody.
Wow.
How do you like that?
It looks incredible, and of course, I mean, it's not just, don't just come out for one of these events, right? I mean, you guys have amazing events, but just come out on a weekend, have a staycation, enjoy this delicious food and the atmosphere there.
Exactly. I mean, there's so much at the casino. We have concert season coming up, which is going to be huge this summer. We've got an amazing lineup for everybody. We've got the spa, the golf course is absolutely amazing at Sawilo, and that's U of A's home course. The girls just won the national championship last year, so
awesome.
bear down.
That's huge.
It's good to have them out there.
Yep.
And then of course there's gaming, which everybody enjoys. So
gotta love the game. You never know.
In a little bit, yeah.
That's the thing, is you never know when you're going to hit it big, right?
That's right.
Go there, put in a few bucks, maybe a little bit more, and you might walk away a thousandaire. And with some good food.
I like that theory.
Chef
Make
Ryan
it a
Clark.
staycation.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you so much, Chef.
Of course.
Nice to see you.
My pleasure.
If you'd like to grab a seat to next month's Dinner with Chefs on March 14th at PY Steakhouse, head over to casinodelsol.com or call 855-SOUL-STAY.